I mean, it was just through research, Google, and I didn't even know about options. That's why I started losing a lot after the first beginner's look. Armand said he wasted 5K on Tim Sykes. What a BS. Armand, I know. And he charges 6,000 now. And that's such a shame because you applied for the court and you did. God damn it, Armand. I'm kidding. I'm just getting buck at you. Anyways. Okay, cool. So I'm going to get to these questions in a minute. Why would you guys raise your hands? You guys distracted me. Don't raise your hands for no reason. Watch, I know a bunch of people are just going to start raising their hands because I would do that. I remember I used to be a fuckboy sometimes, and somebody would say don't do something, and I'd do it just because they said not to. Just because I did that with this. My mom said don't do it. You're going to lose your money. And I was like, all right, Mom. And now I bought her a Lexus, and now she doesn't, try to tell me not to trade stocks. Anyways, I'm sorry. Again, like I said, you guys raise your hands. I get distracted. All right. Let me get back to. I forgot what I was even saying, guys. Where was I? All right. You know what? What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna because somebody mentioned it. They said let's trade live, or let's make this webinar last until the market opens so we can see a trade live. I'm gonna show you guys a trade live. So go ahead in the questions. Somebody throw out a trade that you want to see. On this on-demand thing. Look you can go back in time. You can go to any date up until, I think it's like a week before. Oh, no, you can go to this week, too, this previous week. So, yeah, guys, tell me. Pick a week, preferably within the last, month. Don't go before December. Pick a month, whatever, and a stock. Throw it in the questions, and I'll do a live recap on it right now. Basically, what this on-demand thing allows us to do is it basically allows us to kind of go back in time and trade that day as if it's happening live right now. So that's what I'm going to do for you guys here to kind of show you guys that, to show you how quick it's happening, what we can do, and really what's going on here. Now, obviously, I'm going to make it seem really freaking easy. Really freaking easy. But that's because I know, and I'm just saying this because I want to be honest with you guys. I want to be upfront and honest with you guys. I'm going to make it seem easy. It's a little bit harder than I make it seem. But so it's a little harder than I make it seem, but it's a lot easier than it looks. You get what I'm saying? Because you guys might look at this stuff and say, what the hell? This is so difficult. It looks like I'm trying to operate an airplane. And, it kind of does to have things like this on airplanes and everything. But anyways, yeah. So anyways, that's my point. So I'm going to show you guys that. Then one thing that I realize is a lot of people don't know that you can make money when the stock market goes down. So after I give this example, I'm going to teach you guys that to kind of blow your guys' mind to know how, the general public thinks you can only buy stocks. And make money when they go up. But this is how we make money more because the general public doesn't know what I'm about to teach you guys. And I know a lot of you guys understand what I'm about to teach you. It's basically shorting stocks. But, that's basically that. So anyways, see, I got quite a few people here throwing stuff. We got somebody saying Goog, somebody saying Google, Amazon, Riley said Tesla on Friday. Armand said Spy. Nikhil said GS Goldman Sachs. Kyle said Facebook that you sold after the gym. Oh, that's hilarious. Are you talking about from that YouTube video, Kyle? From like months ago that I had like 600% on it? Anyways, let me know, Kyle. Nikhil said Netflix, December 21. Christian said, how you made 1K on Google? I got Google, Baba, any FANG name, NVIDIA, AMD, Amazon last week. And oh my God, you guys are throwing. Okay, so I got a lot of Google and Amazon. I know I just traded Google this last week, so I'll do that actually because that's fresh in my memory. I traded Google actually this Friday, I believe. Was it Friday? Yeah, it was Friday. Yeah. What's good? All right, so we're going to trade Google. How I traded it on a Friday. Let's just get into it real quick. All right. Hold on. Now, just as like a forewarning, if for some reason this like lags, it'll lag a little bit. And Lloyd said I'm a penny stock trader. How much do I need to invest with Amazon now to profit 100%? I'm new to options. In Amazon, Lloyd, I will teach you, my friend. You are in the right place, is all I have to say. Watch this example, and it might give you some perspective. But realistically, it doesn't matter how much you need. You can start with $80 fucking dollars. But anyways, let's hop into it. I'm going to teach you guys what is capable here, and then my course will teach you guys how to do all this stuff, obviously, because there's no way I can teach you guys this in one webinar. Even if this webinar ran on for 24 hours, couldn't even teach you guys every single thing that you need to know about the markets. That's why my course is 60 days long. So anyways, let's jump into it. We're going to do Google. So let's pull up Google. Google. All right. I usually like to put on some music, so let me put on some music real quick. I'll keep it low because, you know, if you don't put on music, time goes really freaking slow when you're trading. Oh my God, Pandora put on an advertisement. Oh, this is hilarious. Before we start, guys, Pandora, it was one day in the morning. We were trading stocks in the morning with my students. And I remember I had my music playing, and Pandora had an ad, and I said, all right, screw this. Pandora put 2 ads in a row. I said, all right, guys, this is it. Just because Pandora pissed me off, we're going to get puts on Pandora, meaning we're going to make money that Pandora's going to go down. We basically would have shorted Pandora, and I was like, watch, guys, just because they put 2 ads for me today, it's going to go down. And I got distracted with a completely different stock. I went back and I looked at Pandora, and it was hilarious because Pandora like completely tanked out that day. And I was like, wow, that was the weirdest thing ever because 2 ads on Pandora really doesn't mean anything. It's just, you know, I was just, you know, explaining my obsession and madness. Dude, Pandora sucks right now, but all right, we'll play that. All right, so we're going to trade Google. We're going to get some calls. We're going to let it wash out a little bit in the morning, get it on the dip. We're going to take our profits when we should. And again, guys, don't dwell too much on, oh, well, how do you know when to get it here? How do you know when to get it there? How do you know when to do this? How do you know when to get out? I'll teach you guys that in my courses. Don't worry. There's a method to that. There's a few things we look for. There's quite a lot of few things that we look for. There's no way one person can be successful in the stock market with one strategy. It's impossible. Impossible. So just let that be said. One example that I give people about my course is that my course is, how do I put it? My course is, this is a very weird example. My course is like a university that teaches you how to play every musical instrument. Every single musical instrument. And then I put you guys into a room, each of you into an individual room, and I say, make me some music now with what I taught you. And not one person trades the exact same way. Because that's how you be a successful trader. You cannot copy somebody 100%. I have Cody, who took my course a couple months ago, 5 months ago, I think. He trades, he gets the morning bounces. I have Steve, who swing trades. I have, who is it? Ryan in my current course, who likes to he likes to short things. There's people that like to trade in the middle of the day, even though I tell them not to. But the point is that I'm here to give you guys the tools that you guys need. But anyways, let's just jump right into it. I talk a lot. It's already been 30 minutes into the webinar, so I'm already wasting a lot of time. I have a few of my students here that I can see them. I wanted to let them talk a little bit to see if they can give you an outside perspective, a kind of unbiased perspective, you know, not unbiased, but, you know, outside of my perspective of what my courses are. So if we have time, I want to do that for you guys because I'm sure that'll help. So anyways, let's jump into this Google. So that's my plan is I'm going to pick it up on the dip. So I like to get myself ready. Let's go pull up Google. We have Google here ready. Now I alerted it out that we're going to get the next week expiry 8:25 calls. So that's what we're going to do. Did they not have it next week? Am I on the right thing? Did I say 25? Why is it not here? That's weird. There should be an 8:25. Where's the 8:25? What in the devil? All right, something's wrong here. Like I said, if it lags a little bit, sometimes this tends to do that. But that's weird. What? All right, guys. Anyways, we'll figure something out. Maybe I'll use the 8:30 for example. That's really odd. Anybody that knows stock trading knows that there should be an 8:25. It goes by 2.5s. 8:15, 8:17.5, 8:20, 8:22.5. There should be an 8:25. This is the most bizarre thing I have ever seen in my life. What? Okay. Well, let's just jump right into it then. I'm going to have to use the 8:27.5 for this example. All right, so we're watching it in the morning. I like to get my perspective. This is what I do in the mornings, guys. So we like to let it play out. We like to get a feel for it. Usually I also have this open in the morning, but it doesn't show on the on-demand, so that's why I don't have it open. Get a feel for it. See how it's going. I go there and I'm like, all right, I'm ready to get in it. Let me get that. I usually sometimes start in small, like I'll start in with 5, and then I'll add up into 10 or something like that. But you know, realistically, yeah, that's where I get in now on that dip right there. Let's give it a 2. All right, hold on. It would buy it, realistically. That's why I said if it lags, guys, it's probably because I have a lot of people connected to this right now. Let me go ahead and give it another try. 27.5, we're going to buy it. I'm just going to put it at a market order. Nah, I don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that because I don't do that realistically. I really don't do that in person. There we go. We bought it. 245. All right, guys, I'm going to pause it now. 245 is what I bought it for, okay? We're going to pause it. Now, this, unfortunately, we can't do this in live, but I'm able to do it because I'm talking to you guys. But I'm pausing it just because you guys don't understand what's going on. So I want to pause it to kind of give a slow breakdown of it. All right, so what just happened here? I bought 10 contracts at, what did it say? Why did it say? I feel that 270. Or wasn't it something else? Anyways, let's just say for the sake of it. It's interesting. All right, so anyways, guys, what I'm trying to give you guys is I bought 10 contracts. The thing is you can do even one contract, and that's what I suggest people doing when they start out trading. Me, I've been doing this for 6 years. That's why I'm okay with doing 10, 15, 20. I really don't go above 20 ever, really. That's my max for my comfortability. You guys will end up figuring out your own comfortability at your own pace. But let's just put it into perspective. So for one contract, you look at the price of what you're paying. All right? We paid, let's say, 245. Let's just say 270. For some reason, it says it filled me at 270. It said a different price up there. Let's just say 270. So for one contract, that means you're buying 100 of these. So $2.70 times 100 means you're putting in $270. So to place this trade, you need a minimum to get one contract, $270. So that right there can already answer somebody's question that asked me how much money do you need to trade Amazon? Amazon isn't even this much. So the options of Amazon are going to be cheaper. But look at it, costs basically $300, less than $300 you can get into a trade on something like that. And realistically, when you're trading stocks like Apple and Facebook and stuff like that, they're only costing like 80 cents each. So that's $80 for one contract because remember, it goes by hundreds. So what I did here is I did 10 contracts because that's my comfortable size. I know people, there's someone in my chat room, Kevin, who does 50 contracts per his trades. But that's wild. My emotions can't handle that. And you need to know yourself. The thing about the stock market is it'll teach you more about yourself than anything else in the world will. And you know what? I'm comfortable with 10 to 20. I honestly, it's too much for my emotions. So let's put it into perspective. I bought it at 245. Let's just say 270. I don't know what I'm going to look at. It's realistically showing 245. So 245 would have been $245 for one contract. I got 10, so that's $2,450 that I put into this trade. Nothing too wild or anything. It's not like, oh, you're trading something that's $800, or you need to have a lot of money to trade that. No, you don't. Not when you're trading options. You could have placed this trade with literally less than $250. All right, let's count commissions, and you'd pay, if you got one contract, you'd pay $1.50 in commissions. You would have paid $246.50 for this trade, just to implement this trade. Now, me, I'm doing 10 contracts, just to like reiterate, so that's $2,450 that we got in at. All right? Let's let it play out now that I've given the example. So you could do this with $245, just to show you that there's no minimum and how you can build small accounts. So let's take it back to Google, and let's look at it on the chart now. Let's let it play out. Now, I'm going to pause it periodically and tell you guys what I would do, but I'm going to let it play out and do exactly what I did do, more so. I guess I could say. Anyways, just forget that I said that. So we looked at it. We decided we're going to buy it on the dip in the morning. We bought the dip. And you guys are going to wonder, how did I know when to get it at that dip and blah, blah, blah. Don't worry, I teach you guys that in my course. But anyways, now this is how I say, watch. It's going by second by second. This is why I say if you want to, you really want to listen to some music while you do this in the mornings, because it really helps speed time up, because if not, then you're looking at just every little tick. Now you can go over and look at the monitor and see how much are we making. We're not making any money yet. You can see that we still have that 827.5 call that we paid $2.45 for, which is 245, and I had 10 of them, so that's 2,450. Just to reiterate, while this clock is going, you guys can see the time up here. It's been 2 minutes into the market open. We can go back and see how much money we've made so far. Now, again, like I say, it lags a little bit. It'll move faster when we're doing this in real life. It skips a little bit on this because it has to go on your internet connection. Like I say, it lags a little bit. But you guys are still going to be able to get the general idea. So what I'm going to do now is I can speed it up times 3. You guys can see here it says on demand 3 times. Basically what I'm doing is I'm speeding up 3 times. So the stock is moving 3 times as fast now. We can go back and we can see I'm only making 50 bucks so far. Only making 50 bucks, but it's okay. It's only been like 2 minutes since I got in. Stock spiking up, and I have a predetermined area that I'm going to want to get out at. Look at stock spiking up. It's making new highs. Let's go look at how much money we're making. It hasn't refreshed yet, but realistic. There we go. Now we're making $375. Wow. Oh my God. That's literally more than 10% profit. We paid $2,400 for it. We're up, if we're up $240, that'd be a 10% profit. So literally in 5 minutes, we just made 20%. There's banks that beg to make 20% in a year. Now let's just let it play out a little bit. Realistically, if I was in a rush that day, I would have probably gotten out right there and taken that little profit. Now, guys, while this trade is playing out, this trade is going to make a little bit less money than I did on Friday. The reason is because we're investing a little bit less. As you guys can see here, we paid $2.45 for this option. For some reason, remember how I said I alerted the 825? For some reason, the 825 wasn't showing here. I don't know why it's missing. The 835 is there, the 815. I don't know why the 825 is not there. But the 825 is what I played, and I paid $3.10 for it. So it was about $3,100 that I put into it. Still nothing crazy, no crazy amount like that. But that's basically what I had put into it. Now, this trade is going to make a little bit less money because we only put $2,400 into it. But this is just to kind of make you guys understand so you don't say at the end of this example, oh, well, why did you make $1,000 on Friday, but only in this example you only made, $800. I'm trying to give you guys that example. That's why. So let's let the trade play out a little bit. It's only been 8 minutes into the market, realistically. And we're going to show you guys how, really how we make this money and how it happens quickly. How you don't need a lot of money to make it or how to start. And, you guys get the point. So for some reason, like I say, I apologize if it lags. It tends to do that. It might be because I have a lot of people connected to the screen right now as well. I see some people are asking questions that say, what is strike? Don't worry, I'll teach you guys all that in my courses. Let's go look at our profit. We're up $450 now. It's only been 10 minutes into the market. Realistically, my trades are done within like the first 30 minutes. And realistically, I would close out half. I would take half of my profits right here. Realistically, that's what I would do. That's just me being honest with you guys. Right here is probably where I take off half. So let's see. We're at $625 profit. We put in $2,400. So we're literally at, I don't know, what is this, like a 30% profit almost? If you guys really put it into perspective. So look at, this is where I'd probably take profits. Like I said, where am I at on the chart? Let me go analyze this. Yeah. It hit my target. So yeah, like I said, I'm $900. Like I said, don't get mad if it's not the full amount. Like I said, and I like to take some off at a time. So let's just say I'll sell 8. I'll put it at 30. Done. Sold 8 of the 10 that I have. Now I'm playing with profits, guys. Look it. My profit loss on the day is $990. Now I only have 2 of my contracts left. That means I'm playing with profit. They're worth $3.45 each. I have 2 of them, so it's worth like $700. So even if they all went to zero and I lost all my freaking money, let's say Google decided to kill everybody in the world and their stock went to zero instantly, I still made money for the day. You guys see what I'm saying? Now, realistically, like I said, I'd be closing it out and I'd be done with the trade here. But sometimes I call it, excuse my language, I call it, hey, we're going to be a fuckboy today. We're going to hold some profits just because I'm feeling it. I just want to. And I teach them that. Don't do this, guys. This isn't proper trading tactics. But this is realistically how it goes, guys. And then I'd hold, a couple contracts for another 15 minutes. Sometimes I'd hold it for like till the end of the day. But realistically, let's just say I held it to like the 30-minute mark, just to show you guys how much money you can make in 30 minutes. So we're going to change it till 7 a.m. now. Market opens at 6. We're changing it to 7 a.m. to show you guys what we're looking at now on the charts. We closed the majority of the profits here. Keep in mind that. So we got in here, somewhere around here. Closed the majority here. We held 2, and we got out here at the 8:20 mark. Now is where I would realistically get rid of the rest. Go ahead, create a closing order, sell 2, whatever you want to put it at. Boom, bang, done. We're out of the trade. Close it out. We paid. You saw it said 280 or 387 or 385. We paid $245 for it, and we sold it for $385. So look at how much money you guys made. You just made. If you invested a measly $245 and only got one contract, you made $180, $108. You made $100 that day. Count commissions. You made $100 that day. You literally made 50% of your money almost. You guys see what I'm saying? This is why we trade options, because you can trade stocks that cost $800 and still make a lot of money off of them by trading options. Some people might say, "Oh, options is risky, blah blah blah." Well, if you jump into it without knowing what you're doing, anything is risky. Real estate can be risky. Anything can be risky if you think about it. Getting a new job can be risky. You don't know what you're getting into. So honestly, guys, that's just me putting it into perspective for you guys. That's what I do every morning of the day. That's what I do. Now, you guys can see how it takes a lot of your attention. And some of you guys say, "Oh, well, you don't post all of your losses." Well, I mean, okay, so sometimes I don't post all of them, but I post the majority of them, guys. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I post a lot. Like 90% of the time when I lose, I post it. And if I don't post it, it's because I'm out and about. Just like I don't post every single one of my profits. Like you guys saw on Friday, I made a profit on Google, but I didn't post about Tesla, but I posted it in the story. But you guys see what I'm saying is that, let's put it into perspective. People say, "Oh, well, you might lose more than you make." Guys, think about it. Do you guys think my focus can really take more than one stock at a time? I'm not over here doing like 10 different stocks. So, I mean, you guys see me posting the stories. Every single day we're posting a profit. Oh, we made money here. Oh, we made money there. All it takes is one trade a day within 15 minutes, 30 minutes for you to make your money. You guys saw we made $900 within the first 15 minutes. Sure, I extended it another 15 minutes to the 30-minute mark of the market, and then we made a little bit extra. But that's just having fun with it. You guys get what I'm saying? So that's realistically it. I mean, there's no minimum that you need. You could do this. I mean, honestly, you could have gotten a different strike. You could go out and, paid $90 for something. Might not have made you as much, but you guys get my point. So that's the point of options. That's why it's beautiful. It's that don't let these big numbers scare you. And then I had this question a lot of my students were asking me in these previous courses. They'd say, "Bro, why doesn't everybody trade options? And it's because they don't know about it. People don't know about options. I bet you 50% of you guys here didn't even know what options were until you guys found me. Honestly. And then they'd say, "Well, how come everybody that trades options isn't profitable?" Because they don't know how to do it the right way. I'm not going to lie, options can get pretty complicated. It's very difficult if you don't have a right strategy for it. So majority of the people don't know about options. That's why they don't do it. And then when they do it, they don't do it the right way and they lose money. That's the simple thing about it. And that's why, guys, I've been here for 6 years. I've been doing this. You guys have seen me. And the reason why I did that, the whole Instagram thing, showing you guys all my trades every single day on the story pretty much, was to show you guys just really how easy it is to trade once you know what you're doing. And I remember, I talk a lot about hard work, how you have to work hard and study hard. And somebody kind of called me out on that once. They commented on my picture saying, "What kind of hard work do you do?" And I was like, "Shit. What kind of hard work do I do? I literally wake up in the morning and I press buttons." And I realized, no, I did a lot of hard work. When I was in high school, all the losses, I was up until like 2 in the morning studying this kind of stuff. I was paper trading all the time when I was still learning. I was, like I said, guys, I would eat, sleep, breathe stock trading. So that was my hard work. I put in my hard work. So I had to kind of, slap that guy back again and say, nah. You almost made me feel bad. You almost called me out saying that I don't work hard. Because it's true. We don't work hard. We wake up and, you see me trade from bed sometimes. But the hard work comes from the learning. You have to invest not only money, but time to learn. No matter what route you take, if you want to take it through a mentor or if you want to do it yourself. If you do it yourself, you're going to lose a lot more money. I've had a trade where I lost $70,000 on one trade, guys, and I have no problem telling you guys that. And I'm not scared that, they're going to be like, I'm not going to take his course because he lost $70,000 in one trade. Guys, that was my tuition. That's what I paid the market. You guys aren't even going to pay a fraction of it. You guys probably, it's not even going to cost you guys like 10%, not even like 1% of it to take my course, to be honest. But that's what I'm trying to say, guys. I've been there. I've done that. I've traded penny stocks, Forex, binary options, everything you can name it. I have done that. I have lost the money for you guys so that you guys won't have to do that. You guys get me? Someone said, what is options, by the way? Options is exactly what we just traded. Options is exactly what we just traded. How much commissions did you pay on this? Levelon, if that's your name, how I pronounce it correctly. I didn't pay more than like 20 bucks. I don't know, 20 bucks commissions, I'd say. It's like $1.50 per contract. So it cost me like 15. So $30 commissions is what it cost me. $30. And if you did it with one contract, it would have costed you $3 commission. Because it costs $1.50 to open it and $1.50 to close it. So that's $1.50 to open, $1.50 to close. That's, $3 right there. So yeah, you made $108 with one contract. You paid $3 in commissions. You made $105 with your $245 investment. So that's that. So now let me go through the questions real quick. I'm going to actually save the questions to the end. Hackslap said, wow, this is confusing. Why would you take half? I would take half just because, Hackslap, the reason why I would take half off is just because I wanted to be honest with you guys. Obviously, I knew the stock was going to go all the way up now because I'm looking at it in hindsight. But when I'm looking at it in real life, you never know exactly where it's going to go. And I know it seems like I always know exactly where it's going to go for my Instagram stories. And it's just because I've learned that. And I teach you guys that. But even then, you still never know exactly. So that's why I say, all right, I'd take half of my profits off here. Just in case it goes against me and it starts going down, that, at least I still took some profits. You know what I mean? No one ever went broke taking profits. You can't get greedy. Can't get greedy. So what I'm going to do, will this be put on YouTube? I don't know, Sammy. Should it be put on YouTube? I don't know. I don't know. Jordan said, this shit just motivated me to study more. Hell yeah, Jordan. What the hell? Hell yeah. Yes. Would you not recommend? Oh, Liliana, never do Forex. Don't do Forex. And I know it's appealing for you because you're from the London area. And, people always ask me, why are there people out there that do Forex, or why do, everybody trade Forex, or why are there so many Forex teachers out there? Because you have to put into perspective, Forex can literally be traded from anywhere in the world. You can be a Chinese citizen and trade Forex. To trade stocks on the American Stock Exchange, you have to use special brokers if you're not either in America, Canada, the UK, somewhere in Europe. Like if you're in the Middle East, or if you're in Asia, you have to use different brokers, which it's kind of harder for them to open up. So it's a lot harder for people to trade stocks when they are from other countries. Now, don't get me wrong. You can be in another country, like you can be from London and you can go to China and you can trade stocks. But if you were from China and you lived in China, it would be a lot harder for you to trade stocks just because of the trade regulations and all that kind of stuff is different. That's why everybody trades Forex, because you can do it from anywhere. Now, the thing is Forex is not as regulated as the stock market is, so there's a lot more manipulation in it. A lot more. And another thing about it is, if you remember me saying, Liliana, in the beginning of the webinar, somebody asked about binary options. I told them how, my students are laughing right now because we give a lesson on why you don't trade binary options. I also give a lesson on why you don't trade Forex as well. So, yeah, I'll let that clear up for you guys. But I'm kind of hopping around on the questions now. What I want to do real quick, since time is running out, I kind of wanted to teach you guys a little bit about how you can make money when stocks go down. I'm going to give a brief example of that. And then what I want to do is, I see I have quite a bit of my students here that have taken previous courses of mine. So I might, if they're willing, I'm going to open them up a little bit, unmute them and let them talk and let them give you guys a perspective, give them an out so that, they can, so you guys can get an outside perspective of really what my courses are from someone that took it. Now, if you guys are willing, to my students that are there, willing to, talk on behalf of it real quick, send it in like a chat or something so I know that you're not here just to watch and you're here to actually, chat. But anyways, while I'm doing that, let me just give this quick example, guys, of how you make money when the stock market goes down. There's a thing called shorting. And it doesn't mean that you just hold the stock for a short amount of time. It's an actual strategy. It's a thing you implement, and it's when you want to make money when the stock goes down. In options terminology, we call it puts, and I like to trade puts because it's a lot safer than shorting. When I lost my $70,000 in one trade, I lost it while I was shorting. Now, the good thing about it is options with respect to the idea of puts. If you remember, I said calls means you make money when it goes up. Puts means you can make money when it goes down. It's the same as shorting, but it has limited risk. Shorting has unlimited risk. That's why I don't do shorting in itself, but I do the options version of shorting, which is basically a limited risk version of shorting. But anyways, and you guys will be able to understand how I lost that large amount of money when I give you this example. Everybody here knows what an iPhone is. So what I'm going to do is, let's pretend the iPhone 7 has not come out yet, okay? iPhone 7 hasn't come out yet, and you guys have the iPhone 6. Let me just take someone as an example. I'm going to look at a random name, whoever comes up. Clearly, I'm not looking at a random name. Gordon's here. That's hilarious. I'm going to use Matt and Haley. Haley and Matt are here, for example. I see those names. So Matt basically has, shout out to Haley and Matt. Thank you guys for letting me use you guys as an example, even though I didn't ask permission. And even if I don't have permission, I'm going to do it anyways because that's what I can do. Kidding. Anyways, so Haley and Matt, basically, let's say Haley has an iPhone 6. And let's say the iPhone 6 is worth about $200 right now. You can go on Craigslist and sell it for $200. You can buy one for $200, whatever it is. iPhone 6 is worth $200. And I go to Haley and I say, hey, Haley, look it. We've been friends for a long time, will you let me borrow your, iPhone for a few days? Whatever excuse I have, let's say I have family somewhere that, an emergency came up, whatever. Basically, let's say Haley is nice enough to let me borrow her iPhone 6 for a few days. So I now owe Haley an iPhone 6. Keep in mind, it's worth $200, but I don't owe her $200. I owe her an iPhone 6. So I go ahead and I go on Craigslist now. I take her iPhone 6 and I sell it on Craigslist to some random person for $200. I take that $200 and I put that $200 in my pocket now. Now keep in mind, guys, I still owe Haley an iPhone 6. So what do? Let's say I had this secret idea that tomorrow the iPhone 7 is going to be released. And let's say I was right. I sold her iPhone on Craigslist for $200. I put that $200 in my pocket. Tomorrow, the news comes out that the iPhone 7 is released. Everybody gets all excited. Everybody wants the iPhone 7. Nobody wants the iPhone 6 anymore. So everybody rushes to Craigslist to sell their iPhone 6 so that they can get money and go and get their upgrade for their iPhone 7. So because of that, now the iPhone 6 isn't worth about $200 anymore. Now it's only worth about $150. So what do? I go to Craigslist and I find somebody on Craigslist named Matt. Matt's selling his iPhone 6 for $150. So I go to Matt and I say, hey, Matt, I'd like to buy your iPhone for $150, let's meet up, blah, blah, blah. So he's like, yeah, thanks. Let's meet here. I go and I meet with him. I give him $150. I get an iPhone 6 from Matt. Then I go back to Haley and I say, thank you so much, Haley. I really appreciate you letting me use your iPhone 6. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. And that's it. Now we move on with our lives. What happened there, guys? I'll do a quick recap. Throw it in the questions tab about what happened. Let's see if you guys understood it or not. Haley had an iPhone. There was no iPhone 7 out, but I had the secret that the iPhone 7 was going to come out tomorrow. Haley let me borrow her iPhone. I sold it on Craigslist for $200. Next day, the iPhone 7 comes out. I go and I buy Matt's iPhone 6 for $150. Give Haley her iPhone back. What happened? We go check out the question, see if anybody said anything. You gained a $50 profit. Yep, $50 in your pocket. Everybody got it. Everybody got it. You won 50, 50, 50, 50, 50. Absolutely, my friends. You guys got it. That's exactly what you can do with the stock market. You can do that with the stock market. You can sell the stock right here. You don't even have to own the stock to do it. It's called shorting. You borrow the shares from your broker. You sell it right here for $821. You buy it back here for $818. You made $3. That's what you can do. And that's the thing that most people don't know. Most people are unaware of the fact that you can make money when the stock market goes down. And that's why a lot of people lose money as well. And you guys notice from my stories and everything, I trade both ways. It goes both ways. I trade up and down. My strategies will teach you guys how to do either one. Whatever you guys like to do, whatever is your niche, whatever is appealing to you more. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm teaching you guys all these strategies. It's up to you. Are you going to be the swing trader that holds trades for a couple days? Maybe you work a full-time job, you go to school, you don't have time to be in front of the market every day. Well, I'm going to teach you guys that. Do you like to short stocks? I'm going to teach you guys that. Do you guys like to trade put options, which is the safer way of shorting stocks? I'm going to teach you guys that. Do you guys like to buy the bounces in the morning? I'm going to teach you guys that. So that's basically about my course. Now, real quick, because I know some people had only like an hour to be here, and it's been about 53 minutes, 55 minutes into the market, into the webinar. I want to kind of real quick give an explanation of what my courses are. I offer two types of, actually three types of courses, but the third one is still in testing. I've only offered it to a few people. The first type is they get to come and watch me trade live in the morning. Every single morning they're here watching me exactly as you guys did. They watch me trade my trades. Once we're done, they ask their questions just as you guys are now. I answer all their questions, but the difference is they can verbally talk to me. So I'm going to unmute some of my students that, I'm going to go through the questions, see which one said they're willing to talk and not. I'm going to unmute them one by one and see if they can say a few things. And then you guys are going to see how, we talk one-on-one. They see my trades every morning. I'll even make like a separate account for some of my courses just so that we can like keep track of all the trades that we do just for that course, But anyway, that's a different fact. They watch me trade live. I answer the questions. I teach them everything. I give them lessons on it and everything too. The second course I offer, it's for people that have full-time jobs that live in another country where the time zone conflicts or, they, whatever it is, they want a cheaper alternative, whatever their reasoning is. This course, I basically teach them everything through video lessons. I give them about 7 to 10 video lessons each week. It's a 60-day course. We have 2 webinars per week. So, for example, right now we do one on Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern. So right around this time on Wednesdays. And then on Sundays at 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern time. And it ranges for every single course because we go on the first day. We see what everybody's availability is. And then I kind of figure out the structure so that I can make it most convenient for everybody. So everyone can at least come to the webinar at least once a week to ask questions and everything like that. And that's basically the structure of my courses. Now, I'm just going to unmute a few of my students real quick. I'm going to go through and see who said. I can see first one that said Cody said he's willing to say a few things. So I'm going to unmute Cody and let him talk a little bit while I go through the list and see who else is willing to talk. Yeah, so let me see who else is here. All right, let me just unmute Cody. Cody, are you there, brother?
What's up, John?
How you doing, my man?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Pretty good, pretty good. It's been a while since we've had webinars like this, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a while, man. It's too long.
I know. I definitely miss them, but I'm glad that you were able to make it to this one, man. Thank you for making it.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. So you said you're willing to say a few things. So yeah, if, just a real quick, just like let them know your perspective on the course and what you thought of it, and just go ahead and talk. And then while you do that, I'm gonna look at see if anyone else was here and wanted to talk. But yeah, guys, so I'm passing it down to Cody. He has the mic now, so just pay attention to what he has to say. And yeah, go ahead, Cody. Thank you again, brother. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So first off, I just wanted to really thank Bajan for really helping me throughout the course and I guess laying down the building blocks to turning me into the successful trader that I am today. So thank you, Bajan.
Absolutely. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
As of the course goes, it's kind of like a family, and we all kind of support each other throughout the course, but Bajan helps us and supports us a lot through it. He always checks up on us and spends, countless hours answering our questions. I know almost every single webinar he stayed at least an hour after just talking to students and answering their questions. Yeah, one thing I really liked about the course is that even after the course, he's still there for us, and he makes time for us, even with his other students and the other mentorship courses and all that going on. He still checks up on us. He still asks us how we're doing, and he knows how I'm doing trading. I'm still in the chat room. And if you guys get accepted to Bajan's mentorship course, I would definitely take the opportunity. And if you don't, apply to the next one. But if you do, take the opportunity. It only takes one moment to change your life. So,
Thank you, brother.
and that'll be it for me, man.
That was nice. I appreciate that. You should be like a public speaker or something, man. That was real cool. Thank you. I'm over here smiling and everything, man. I know if everybody else, I'm pretty sure they're like engaged and smiling too. So thank you, man. I really appreciate that. That was really, really nice of you. Sweet. So yeah, guys, that's Cody's perspective on the course. And like he said, Jordan just commented and said Cody said everything I wanted to say. Oh, that's hilarious. But yeah, Cody took my course 5 months ago. So like previous course. I'll open up somebody else. I see Brandon said he's willing to talk. Ryan said he's willing to talk. So I'll open them up. Ryan just took my most recent course, so I'll open him up first and see if he has a few things to say then. Um, and then we'll go from there. Let's see. I'll let Brandon talk after as well. He took a previous course too. Um, where's Ryan's name on this list so I can unmute him? But yeah, you guys see how Cody and I are talking to each other right now? That's how our webinars are. We interact just like this. We can talk to each other, and it's not a big group. I don't accept more than 10 people to them. So, yeah, make sure you guys turn in your applications. The course will be starting on January 18th. So that's just that idea there. Where is Ryan on this list? Christian said he'll talk. Nice, nice. We got quite a few people here that are wanting to talk if you guys want to stick around and listen to what they're saying. Ryan, are you there, brother?
Yes, I am.
Ah, my man, absolutely. Thank you so much for being willing to talk, brother. I really appreciate that. So, yeah, microphone's on you. So, whatever you have to say, go ahead. Ryan was in my morning course. So, yeah, this will be like two different perspectives, I guess you can say. So, yeah, go ahead. Ryan, spotlight's on you, my man.
Right, so from the morning course perspective, it was really a great opportunity to just have that one-on-one mentorship. Most of the competitors on the market right now don't give as much like exclusivity to like a mentor than Bijan did. So I took a couple other like stock trading courses beforehand, and like I wasn't able to ask my teacher exactly what I wanted or whatever. But not only that is you're able to, once you start asking questions, that one-on-one conversation develops into like an hour-long thing, and you learn like a tremendous amount just by this one-on-one. You learn so little and so slowly by like emailing a question and waiting for a response. But if you can just speak to someone, it speeds up your rate of learning, which is key here. Everyone wants to learn everything right away, and that's not the way it works. But by talking to someone and being able to converse, it's so much easier. So, in regards to that morning, if you're the type of person that you want to be conversing and you don't want to be, and you need interaction and engagement, let me suggest that morning course as opposed to the other one.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. And yeah, that's why I usually do, suggest that morning course to everybody. But the thing is, some people don't have the time. Some people would rather have the other alternative. So my perspective is, though, either way, though, you'll get that live interaction. But again, like Ryan said, there's kind of nothing like that. That morning every single day, seeing me trade live. And that reminds me to mention about my third course that I offer. It's not like a course. It's kind of like an alternative where I'm thinking of branching out and offering people like a fully pre-recorded course. Obviously, it'll be cheaper than all the other ones. And it's basically where I give you guys like all the video lessons that I can make into, about trading and all the strategies and everything. I put it into video lessons for you guys. And that's the third course that I offer. I've offered it to a couple people. We've tried it out and they've liked it so far. So it's something that we'll have in the near future. But again, nothing beats, like Ryan saying, that live interaction. So still, even when I do offer those courses, those pre-recorded courses, nothing will compare with the courses that I'm offering right now, the ones that are live. And again, like he said, that morning one really puts the emphasis on it. But yeah, thanks, Ryan. I appreciate you saying that. Did you have anything else to say?
No, just let me close with these two closing thoughts. Give me a second.
Yeah.
I want everyone in this webinar to know that there's many different styles of trading, but Bijan's main style of trading literally takes less than an hour of your time, maybe more, maybe less, it depends on your person. But most people, I for one, had the idea that stock trading took a lot more, like trading itself. There's homework after you're trading, but actually in front of the monitors, people think you have to be there from market open to market close, and not a lot of people know these certain strategies where you don't have to do that. So just remember that there's a lot that you don't know now that in the first month you're just gonna have your mind blown.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Yeah, and that's another point that he mentioned is that, yeah, there is, a lot that I teach you guys. Like I said, it's like a university that teaches you how to play every single musical instrument known to man. Then it's up to you guys from there, formulate your strategies, figure out which one you are. And I'm there, like Cody mentioned, I'm there along the way to help you guys. Cody took my course 5 months ago, but if he ever needs anything, I'm still there for him. Ryan just took my course not too long ago. I mean, it just ended like last week, and I'm still going to be there for him if he ever needs anything. So, and I really appreciate you saying that too, Ryan. Thank you so much. some people are saying, how can I become your student? I have absolutely no knowledge. I would love the opportunity to learn. Just go ahead and apply. Go to bijantrades.com. You can go to application request. Basically what it's going to do, you just fill out this little form, and you're going to get an application emailed to you. Just fill it out, and then, yeah, that's pretty much that. So let me see who else is willing to talk here from my students. I'll just do like one or two more, and then I'll jump into answering your guys' questions. Let's see. I remember Brandon, I said I was going to open up first, and then I'll go back to the list. So let me see. Brandon, are you here? This thing should go in alphabetical order. I don't know, it's not. Where's Brandon? Here's Brandon. Brandon, are you there, brother? Oh, he might not be there right now. Oh,
Wait, I am. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, brother man. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderfully, Bijan. How are you?
I am wonderful, my man. I'm glad that, you're in town, you said.
I'm in town, and I have a mouthful. I actually, I'm going to try and make this as easy and as smooth as possible. I think it might be very helpful. First, I want to say, to all my fellow old classmates, it's nice to hear and see that you're here. It's kind of exciting. It's kind of a big butterfly effect for me over here.
Right.
I will say, Cody, congratulations and great going on the successful history of trades. And Ryan, I love the motivation. I do want to say that, as Ryan said, there are a lot of different strategies that can be applied when it comes to specifically option trading. I also want to stay and make this a serious point that although it is very versatile and customizable, and although you may only have to spend very little time in the morning depending on your own learning curve, it is not a get-rich-quick scheme. That is the furthest. This right here is the furthest thing from what it is that you're looking for. I will say that it is not for the impatient, and it is not for the faint of heart. If you are willing to actually ask the questions, you have to ask the questions. Don't be afraid to embrace this and look stupid, okay? I personally want to say that when I had taken Bijan's class, there was a lot going on for me at the time. And I surely didn't get to put as much attention as I had wanted to put into the course and to everything that Bijan was doing for me and everybody. And although I did everything that I could to study, I wasn't at a comfortable level yet to actually go anywhere with this stuff. I knew about certain things which you can learn more in the course, but ultimately, from my own experience, what had happened to me is after I was interrupted with some personal life events, I had moved and got a new cell phone, and the mentorship course had ended. And by that time, I was so hungry. I was so eager to just get back in contact with Bijan, because everything that you can learn, anything that you can have a question for, Bijan is willing to be there. If he doesn't know, it's a great question, and you guys are going to figure it out together. Bijan's a great man.
I remember there was Claudia once in our class asked me something, and it like stumped me. I was like, that's a good point. And I was like, you know what, we're gonna figure this out together. And then like 20 minutes in, we like put our brains together and we all figured it out together. But yeah, sorry to interrupt. Go ahead, man. Continue.
Oh, no, you're good, man. I wanted to furthering on from my position at the time, because I had fallen out of contact with Bijan. I didn't want his efforts to go unappreciated, especially because of the fact that it surely was an interest of mine. So I did hit the books. I studied everything that I could. I studied so many things that I'm sure would have really helped out if I was in the class now. And I want to say,
stuff.
Yeah. Everything now is, honestly, I used to compare it to driving. But now I compare it, you used a great example as musical instruments. They offer all these tools and instruments that you can use. It's a great example because I like to explain that, at least when it comes to options, it's like you're a DJ. You're a musician. Now, of course, you can have that one note, that golden note that everybody in the world is looking for. They just want to not even have to spend $1 and just make $1 million.
Right.
Everybody's looking for that golden note, and they're out there. There are different strategies, and once you know how to kind of understand the charts a little bit more and certain patterns and certain trends and certain prices and all these different things, especially however way you want to trade, you can either land the note, you can either think, you can either play that perfect sound that just echoes and it never changes and it just has so much value to it, or if you familiarize yourself with the program, which they give you all these tools at your own resource, Bijan, willing to help you speed up your own learning curve significantly, save you money, save you time and effort, willing to help you. You can learn how to navigate, learn the system. It's like like a language. It's like a keyboard, a DJ's keyboard. All the knobs and buttons and switches do something. It might look like something crazy that you'd see out of an airplane, but once you understand that this button does this button does this, you go here for that, this is what you do during this time, then instead of thinking for that golden rule, that golden value note, now you're swimming. Because now you can benefit if the market goes up, stays the same, or if it goes down. It's no longer just an up-guessing game.
Right, you have
think
all the tools
or
for it.
swim.
I like that.
You know?
Think or swim. That's sweet. Tied in with the name
You
of
got
the
to
program.
mix.
Now, not to interrupt you again, but you mentioned how, you weren't able to necessarily give your 110% during the course, right?
Yes.
Now, doesn't it help so much the fact that I have all those video lessons still there for you guys even after the course ended?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's another thing, guys, I wanted to bring to perspective, is that you guys always, even after the courses end, you have my lessons. So just, hopefully it doesn't happen that you get hit with some personal stuff like whatever happened with Brandon. But the thing is that you're always going to be able to go back and, refresh your memory on those lessons and, ultimately reteach yourself the strategies that you might have even missed. You know what I mean? But anyway, sorry, again, I interrupted you again, Brandon.
Honestly, that's it for me. I really encourage, if this is an interest of yours, I think this is a great place. I think Bijan offers a great service and has a lot of very valuable information he's offering. But I understand, sometimes it's hard to, it ultimately comes down to you. He's not going anywhere. But it is one of those things that he's even willing enough to at least share some information, as much as he can on the YouTube, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, all these different things. It's not going anywhere. He's a great source. He's a great guy. I personally know him. And it's been a very long time since I've last talked to him. So I have had a lot to say. And Bijan, if it wasn't for Bijan, I certainly wouldn't be in the position I am in now or know the things that I do.
Well, thank
So
you, brother. I
thank you,
appreciate you
Bijan.
saying that. No, thank you, man. That was real nice of you. Thank you, man. I'm definitely gonna, especially now that I know that you're in town too, I'm gonna link up with you too. So we're gonna talk after the webinar. But thank you, brother. I appreciate you saying that. I appreciate you taking the time to make it to show up here. So yeah, thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Thank you. And everyone, you can do it. You can do it. Just be cool and stay confident.
Yeah. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. All right, guys. So basically, let me see if there's any of my other students. If you guys are here and want to talk, throw it in the questions real quick. If not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start answering, the audience's questions now. So if you guys have any questions as the audience, go ahead and start throwing them out there, and I'll start naming them right now. I'll stay here for another, however long I feel like I need to answer these questions for you guys. But yeah, go ahead, start throwing in questions. Let me see if any of my students say anything. Jordan said unmute me. All right, Jordan, I'll unmute you real quick, and then we'll start answering some questions. Where's Jordan's name here? All right, guys. Jordan, I can't find your name. Where is he? Oh, I found it. All right. All right, Jordan, there you go. Spotlight's on you, my man. Can you hear me?
Yo, hello?
What's going on, brother?
Hey. Hey, Bijan, how's it going?
Pretty good. How's everything going with you, my man?
I'm doing great, man. Even though it's cold here in New York City.
Yeah, man. Hopefully you're staying warm, though.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it right now.
Right, right. So, guys, Jordan just took my most recent normal mentorship course, which is the evening weekend one. So, yeah, Jordan, if you have something to say, go ahead and, say it real quick if you don't mind. I appreciate you, willing to say a few things.
Yes, and I appreciate you giving me the opportunity, yeah, to give me a chance to speak. Okay, so I'm gonna try to keep it smooth and short. I'm a little nervous. I don't know why, but maybe it's because I don't know. I need to take a public speaking class, but I don't know. But anyway, I just wanted to let it out about Rajan's course. At the beginning, I was very skeptical. You could find literally anything on the internet, any information that at your hands, and if it wasn't for Bajan's course, I will probably be to this day be clueless of how to invest in options and knowing, I'll probably be stuck with, trading, you know, with being unknowledgeable. And all you guys here at the webinar are here for a reason. And it's good that you guys are taking that step to be here to find out and to improve yourselves, to try to invest in yourselves and knowing how to trade options. And a lot of people don't know how to. And what I gotta say about how it helped me with Bajan's courses, not only the courses, how can I say this? Like he's there one on one to answer all your questions that you may have, and it's more of like he brings a lot of value to the course. And at the beginning, I was very skeptical about signing up for his course, and I really appreciate his help and his mentorship, and I'm glad that I was able to make that decision because without that I wouldn't know any knowledge of how to trade options. And I'm really thankful. And also when you take this course, if you do, um, it's at least it's the foundation and a start to you know of your learning. And at least he provides that, and also the one-on-one mentorship, and that's what's really valuable um, of this course. And I hope you guys, make a decision, and, good luck to you guys. That's all I had to say.
Sweet. Thank you, Jordan. I appreciate that. That was really great. And yeah, man, I do remember you were definitely skeptical at the beginning, but I'm definitely glad that you feel the way you do feel now. So thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you saying everything that you just did. So thank you, man.
You're welcome. Anytime, Bijan. And another thing, one advice to everybody about trading, it's all about learning about yourself too, like he said. So my advice is, I guess, just always set risk to reward, and always have a plan when you're going into a trade. Always follow your plan. Uh,
Yeah.
that's all I gotta say. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I'll teach them that, so they don't need to worry about that. But yeah, I'll teach them that. But yeah, thank you, brother. I really appreciate you saying all that.
And anytime, brother.
Hell
All
yeah.
right.
Okay, cool, cool. So then now let me start answering their questions because I'm sure they have a ton of questions. So
Yes. Okay,
let's get
Bijan.
going. And thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
All right. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, brother, man. Yeah, we'll be in touch. Thank you. All right, let's see. Let's see. All right, let's see what questions everybody has now. How can I find out how much are the contracts? Lloyd, it shows it to you when you're making the trade. These numbers right here are the cost of the contracts, but don't worry about that stuff. I'll teach it to you in my course. Um, let's see. Riley said, what is the biggest thing you look for in the morning when you're looking for a stock? Oh, Riley, there's so many things. I guess I could just say price action, man. That's, let's see. If there was any of my other students that wanted to talk, throw it out, feel free. But as for that, I'll start with the questions. Someone said, "What if the stock doesn't get up to the strike point you picked?" It doesn't have to. The stock never got. You guys remember I picked up 827.5. The stock never went up to 827.5. We got out of it at like 820. Remember? So it doesn't have to go up to the strike you picked. That's the beautiful thing about it. And that's a common misconception about the options, that you have to pick. It has to go to the strike you picked. It doesn't. So yeah, Neil said, "I'm getting nice, Neil. I'm glad to see it. I'm glad to see you." Liliana said, "As in different time zones, I'm guessing I'd have to go for option 2 of your courses, but I'm worried that because of my current work situation, being 8 hours ahead, I wouldn't be able to make it to the weekly webinars that you said you host." Liliana, I think you'd be fine, because on one of the days I hosted at it's like 11 a.m. my time. So if you're 8 hours ahead, that's like 9 p.m. your time. You'd be able to make that. But if not, Liliana, just message me, email me. Once you turn in your application, I'll reach out to you with all the details, and maybe even we'll talk about it and see maybe if even the third course option was might be suitable for you, where I said it's about the video lessons. And I'll still help out the people that are taking my third course option. I still am willing to help them and answer their questions or email and such. But anyways, we'll talk. Go ahead and email me about that. But yeah, you should still be fine either way. Somebody said, "Do you record the sessions on your courses?" Yeah, and that's another thing. I do record my sessions. I had during my courses. The point is I have 2 webinars a week for that other course, option 2, and the goal is for you guys to show up to at least one of the webinars. And I record the other sessions, so if you can't make it, I send it to you guys. So not too much to worry about. And if you guys have any questions, you can send them to me for it. But anyways, let's see. What I want to educate myself before taking blah, blah, blah. Let me see. Okay, anything you learned at school about trading is not going to help you. So, Stefan, anything you know, delete it. How much is the third one? Matt, email me. We'll talk. It'll be like less than 1,000 for that one. I'll tell you that. Yeah, we're testing it out still, but we'll see. Any advice for a 16-year-old? All right, just get a mentor, my man, or else you'll lose a lot of money like I did in the beginning. I don't know if there's a question to ask out loud, but how do you manage your losses? Oh, I manage my losses through what Jordan mentioned, a plan. You have to have a plan, and I'll teach you guys about all that. You make an account with the Mary Trade to answer those questions. What happens if the call is executed after you sell it? Usually nothing, because you're not in it anymore, so you don't care what happened anymore. What do you use for research? I use a lot of things. So I use a lot of things. Like I said, it's not just one thing, and I'd be here for hours if I answered that. Like I said, but that's what the course is for. Why did you pick that strike and that price? Well, that's another thing in my lesson. I tell you guys how to pick your strikes and your expiries in my course. So I go over all that, guys, and it's not something I can answer, real briefly. Do I do post and pre-market trading? Not anymore. I used to when I was trading stocks, but now that I do options, no. Neil said, "I already know that you are legit. I always see good things about you on Twitter and Instagram." The only person I'm trying to learn from. Yeah, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Can you chat about the elite, premium, and standard packages compared to your courses? Yeah, don't do those. In my opinion, excuse my language, fuck those packages in comparison to my courses. Those are nothing. I would, talk shit about those packages any day compared to my courses. Nothing in comparison to my courses, guys. Nothing. So yeah, don't, yeah. Andrew, email me. I'll talk to you about that. Is it difficult to add options trading to an account? I've heard people get denied. No, because I teach you how to get accepted. So yes, it's difficult if you don't have me. Andrew, yeah, you do learn Thinkorswim. If you don't sell the call by the expiration date, does it expire, or are you forced to buy it? If you don't sell it, it does expire, but usually you should be smart enough to sell it by then. If you're not, then that just means that you're not taking, you're not paying attention to your stuff. So, yeah. All right, let's see. Where else? What other questions? How many strategies do you use? I don't use a couple, but I teach hundreds. No, I'm kidding. I'll teach like 10. I use a couple. I mean, I can't count it. It depends. Why don't you stock trade anymore? Because options makes more money with less of an investment, but I still do trade stocks if they don't have options. Mohammed, I'll talk to you about that. When we learn, do we use yeah, we use Thinkorswim. How do you determine what stocks are going to move in the morning? John, I'll teach you that in my course, brother. I'll teach you that, all that. It's, like I said, it's not just one answer. You can't say, you have a spoon of peanut butter and then all of a sudden Apple's going to go up that day. It doesn't work like that. So if an option expires, you lose all the investment, even if it was profitable. I guess so. And if you don't exercise it, or, then yeah, but why would you do that? If you're profitable, why wouldn't you take your profit? That's why I'm saying, Alex, if, people say, can't you lose a lot of money in options? Well, yeah, if you don't know what you're doing, if you know what you're doing, you're not going to lose your money. David said, so what happens when it expires? You just get your funds back? Well, David, don't let it expire. That's the thing. I sold it before it expired. We don't hold things until they expire. You are trading stocks and options, right? Yes, I am. If I have 100 to invest on Google, how do I get it done? How would you get it done? Basically, Lloyd, the same exact way that I traded Google, but with a lower strike. I would just pick a different strike. But realistically, I'd rather tell you pick up a different stock. Is your price targets based on technical analysis or different strategies? I use, including technical analysis, I use about 3-4 other strategies to pick out my price targets. When does the next course start? Next course starts January 18th, so in about 10 days. Guys, if you guys have any more questions, feel free to throw them out. We're at the end of the questions. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give you my outro. I really appreciate you guys taking your time to come to the webinar. If you guys have any questions after this, you're more than welcome to email me, contact@bijantrades.com. I would appreciate it if you guys can, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be posting a lot of stuff there for you guys. Check out my most recent video. Check out the website. You get your applications from there. And yeah, guys, that's basically that. Last recap on the course, just, I highly suggest it. If you're really interested in trading, this is really what you would want to do. There's, you shouldn't waste your time or money or energy or effort on anything else. I'm just being honest with you guys, and, and I don't want to create a sense of urgency to this, guys, but really put it into perspective. I'm not going to be doing this in my whole entire life. I'm honestly not. I'm going to eventually branch out and maybe, the whole course will be pre-recorded or something like that. That's just for future, perspective. So don't sleep on this idea. Don't wait for, like I say, don't wait for a success story. Be the success stories. That's what I told those students that just spoke, and they, look at them. They're doing great. So anyways, that's that, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to throw them out. If not, then I'm going to wrap up the webinar here. And if not, then I'm just going to answer the questions that are there, and then I'm going to, then I'll wrap it up after that. So yeah, guys, have a great night. Have a great evening. Thank you guys for showing up, especially those of you in different time zones that are here. It's like 1, 2 in the morning for you guys. I really appreciate it. So thank you guys. And I'll be in contact with me. I know some of you guys have messaged me on Instagram and all that, and I haven't been in touch with you guys. It's because I've been really busy. I've had a lot of personal stuff going on too. My dog had to have surgery on his paw and whatnot. So anyways, that's a different story. But anyway, so yeah, guys, I'll get back to all your messages. Thank you guys again for showing up. I'm going to answer the last of the questions, and then we'll wrap it up. So let's see. He said, I know the basics of options and most questions people are asking now, but I don't know what to look for when deciding to trade. Will this mentorship still? Yeah, absolutely. My mentorship teaches you how to trade stocks. I mean, some of my students don't even trade options. They'd rather just trade stocks because they like it, So my mentorship, I mean, you can know how to, you could be profitable trading stocks, and my mentorship will still benefit you by teaching you options. You can be profitable with stocks and options, and my mentorship will still be profitable by teaching you new ways to do that. It'll teach you how to get cheaper commissions. It'll teach you how to manage your trades better. It'll manage your losses. You'll get less losses. So anyways, yeah, trust me, there's a lot to learn in the course. It might teach you how to swing trade when you already day trade. It might teach you how to day trade when you know how to swing trade. So just because you're experienced doesn't mean the course isn't for you. Kyle, go ahead and email me. We'll talk about all that. What's the lowest strike you pick for 100? I mean, Lloyd, go trade something like Nike. Look at they're 40 cents. Come on, don't trade Google. Stop trading Google. Sorry, I'm new to option. No worries, Lloyd. I'm not upset with you. I'm just saying, you got to take the course. It'll teach you all of that. You'll learn. Trust me. And you shouldn't be trading stocks like Google right when you first start trading. The only reason I did the example of Google is because I let you guys pick what you guys wanted to trade. And I got a lot of people saying Google, Amazon, and stuff like that. And then people said Google from Friday. And since it was recent, I said, hey, why not? So Alex said, thank you for the webinar. Thank you, Alex. My pleasure was all mine. What was the app site again? Neil, Ameritrade. Are you still accepting people? Neil, I have a full class for. No, I'm still accepting people. Yeah, go ahead and apply, my man. Are there any situations in which you would be forced to buy and or sell a stock after you sell the call or put? No. Once you've sold the call or put and don't own it anymore, then no, you're done. Anthony, go ahead, email me. We'll talk about that. Stop dreaming and start doing. Stefan said yes. Joe said, if you applied already, when will you know if you are accepted? Realistically, if I have emailed you already to tell you that I want to schedule a call with you, you've pretty much already been accepted. Joe, I know I've been, meaning to call you and talk to you about that. But like I said, my dog had to have surgery on his paw randomly, and I've been having to take care of him, and he doesn't, he takes up all my attention. So I want to, be able to talk to you when I have full attention. So anyways, yeah. Yeah, Joe, we'll talk. But yeah, guys, if you guys haven't applied yet, apply now, because like I said, course starts in 10 days and we still need to get everything out of the way to get you started up and everything. So make sure you guys apply. The sooner the better. And I'll be getting in contact with everybody this week. What time is the morning course? It's right when the market opens. So yeah, PDT rule does not apply to options, Anthony. Jordan said, send me the recording so I can show my friend who could. Hell yeah, Jordan, absolutely. I said, thank you for the webinar. I'll see you at the course. Thanks to Jordan. He spoke to me about it. Nice, man. Thank you, guys. I like that. I love that. Thank you, guys. How long did it take you to buy your first Porsche? I bought my first Porsche when I was 18 years old. So now, granted, I didn't buy it on my 18th birthday, and I actually bought it kind of closer to the end of my 18 year. But the point is, that's my loophole. I still bought it when I was 18, so, I still get that. You know what I mean? I bought my 911 when I was 21, so maybe I bought it when I was 21 and a half, but I still bought it. It's my, my goal, my little loophole that I found. If I'm going to take the standard package for your course, does it help? Yeah. Booga. The standard package, if you're talking about package, is not my course. That's the membership. And that, it'll help if you know what you're doing already. But if you don't know, it doesn't really help much. So, Booga, I would highly suggest the mentorship course. That's the one you would apply for. And yeah. So it looks like we're running out of questions here, guys. No one else has any other questions. So thank you again, guys, for showing up. I'm going to wrap it up here. If anyone has any last-minute questions you want to throw out, feel free to do so. If not, we'll wrap it up. And yeah, guys, perfect time, an hour and a half webinar. It wasn't, I expected it to be an hour. Half an hour over. Never hurt anybody. I'm glad you guys appreciated it that much and, wanted to ask questions and whatnot. So yeah, guys, don't forget to apply. Yeah, guys, and Senju said, what do you use to trade, or what are we going to use as a student? Just think or swim, and that's it, really. And you don't even need that. You don't even need that. Why are sometimes the spreads so wide? John, it's just like that for certain stocks. But I'll teach you guys that in my course, and I'll teach you guys how to deal with those things that have those wide spreads. You know what I'm talking about, John? Let me show you I'll show you what you're talking about. How about that? Look at that wide spread. Oh, man, that's disgusting. It's so wide. But anyways, yeah, I'll teach you guys that in my course, so don't you worry. We talk about everything. You guys are become options masters by the time you take my course. You'll learn everything about it. Wow, dude, Timothy, not on your level. Yeah, man, Tim is not on my level. Shoot, nowhere near my level, which is why I'm saying, man, I'm gonna, just wait until guys, you have no idea. I have such a big vision for this Bijan Trades brand. Oh my God, we're gonna take over everything. You guys have no idea, and it's such a blessing to everybody that has been part of my courses already, because they're my day ones. They're gonna be in it, and it'll probably run out after this summer. Once this summer ends, that'll be it, and that'll, I'm gonna take. Man, there's so much that's coming, but yeah, just keep an eye out for it, guys. And everybody that's taken my courses already, I appreciate you all. The ones that are gonna take this one and the next one, I really appreciate you guys. So yeah, thank you guys. Looks like. No, Mario, you do not have to pay that. My students don't pay that. You might have to, but my students don't, because I teach you guys how to get around that. I have taken Timothy for the past 2 years, and I haven't get so much information the way you. Yeah, man. Yeah, Tim doesn't give you anything. He doesn't teach you anything. And even if he does teach you anything, you got to think of it this way: is teaching and learning trading how to trade penny stocks something that's going to benefit you in the future or a long-term strategy? No. The thing that I'm teaching you is, you can still use it in any other thing. The thing with Tim is all right, look it, this happens, then do that, and it doesn't even work. So it's yeah, he doesn't even teach you anything. And even for what, yeah, anyways, I don't have any, I'm not going to talk bad about anybody. I'm not that type of person. I'm not like that, fraternity guy that gets his credibility from, talking crap about others. So anyways, that's that, guys. Thank you guys for showing up. I appreciate it. When is the last day to join? Send you ASAP, like yesterday. Like, get it done now, this week. You know what I mean? So yeah, guys, thank you again for showing up. I appreciate it. If anyone needs the recording, just send me an email and I'll have it sent over to you guys. Other than that, thank you guys for showing up. I really appreciate you guys' time. If I haven't messaged you back on Instagram or anything like that, I will be sure to get back to you guys. And yeah, thank you guys so much, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a great night, everybody.